Does it matter which side? No. Thank you.
All right, we'll start with questions in the room, and then we'll go to Zoom.
Coach, Izzy, to call her an impact transfer would be an understatement. How does she control your offense and help you guys out?
I'm probably a better question for Kenny, because he's the one having to defend it. I get to see it every day. But to answer your question, yeah, the impact goes beyond the stats for us. We were kind of reeling this summer with everything, the way the portal impacted us. And we got an Arkansas kid that said she wanted to be here. And, it's been well documented. Out of high school, I made a huge mistake. I've learned from it the value of somebody wanting to be someplace. Now, I give credit to Robin Pinchton and her staff at Missouri for getting her through the freshman and sophomore years. We all know how hard that is. They did all the heavy lifting, getting her through going to class and training and eating right and all the stuff. And then she goes to Arkansas State, and Des and her staff down there give her, a lot of opportunity, and she blossoms and she gets confident. And then when the opportunity arose, she was the bigger person. And when I picked the phone up and I said, hey, I know you've wanted to be a Razorback for a long time. I've kicked it. When can you get here? And she said, the bags are in the car. So the credit all goes to her and those other people in the past. I get to coach the woman. That's a country song for anybody, and we're kind of close to Nashville. But, all those other people got her, and her family supported her, and we're getting her at her best at the end. And she's a load. She is hard to guard. She's really hard to guard. And it's hard to do what she's doing because she is the top of the scout. She is getting double teams and triple teams, and, she draws 11 fouls, but she gets fouled way more than that. I promise you. I watched the film back. Way more than that. So she's rugged. Her body is I have a 3-page report every night on all the stuff we have to do to get her. She only practices one day a week a lot of times. And that's hard to do because your teammates kind of look at you side of your eyes sometimes. They do. Okay, and that's human nature, and that's 2025. She handles it with a lot of – and our players have adjusted. They get it. They understand. They know. But it's hard looking from the outside. So I know that was a long soliloquy to a very easy question, but I've been waiting for somebody to ask me, so thank you. And to do it against a Kenny Brooks coach team means a lot more because they do such a good job in scouting. I felt like every time I called a play, one of the assistants were up yelling out the actions that were coming. I just know how good a job they do. So, but we're struggling a little bit because of the schedule we put together. Not we, sorry. Let me tell you, I try to say we when it's positive and I when it's negative. I put the schedule together. Put it together 2 years ago thinking we had a little different team. And we've played non-conference, some of the tops of leagues, and we kind of got our head down, our confidence shaken. And then we get the SEC schedule, and it's like we got. And it's hard this year. Everybody in the league's good. So we're better than our record. Everybody always says you are what your record is. I'll buy you a bourbon sometime, and let's have that discussion. You are not who your record is. You're who your schedule is. And we've played some really good teams, and Kentucky's one of them. Kenny's done an amazing job in here. And the university's done an amazing job with Memorial. Whoever's in here that had a part to do with that, it's spectacular. I walked around yesterday. The attention to detail was amazing. So, we know we are not walking. We're not getting on the plane incredibly disappointed. I've been lobbying for 2 years unsuccessfully, and it'll never happen because I'm kind of half facetious. But I feel like we ought to be playing our 5th set right now. But I know that's not how it works in basketball. But it's 2-2 in quarters, And I don't say that because I know Kenny subbed. I know they held the ball. I know they did all that. I get it. But when you get down 29-10, game's over on the road a lot of nights. Your momentum's down. The crowd's into it. It's hard to come back from that start. But I thought from that point on we kind of battled a little bit. So I probably took all my time on one question. Sorry.
You can do another one in here.
I'll ask you
Back to back. Doesn't look like anybody else raising their hand.
Your read on how Kenny has been able to take from the transfer portal all of these new faces and assemble them.
You used the word take. I'm gonna fight back a little bit with you on there. They wanted to play for him. He didn't take anybody. When everybody said, "Hey, he's going where?" There was a lot more people that wanted to come here. He just ran out of room. Okay, the commitment is obvious. It was obvious. I talked to Kenny through some of it. I know how it went down. So they wanted to come here. And he told some people no. You know, I think he got the right people here. That's what Kenny's a master of, getting the right people that fit how he's going to develop, how he's going to, you know, build his team and put people in the right spots. He's a puzzle builder. He puts puzzles together. He didn't just go after the best talent he didn't follow the rankings and say, oh, this kid's the third best whatever in the train. He went after kids that he knew could play, and they wanted to play for him. I don't think he had to sell too hard. I think his reputation is what it is, and people wanted to play for him. So what I make out of it is they got it all right. Like, they got it right. And then the sport's obvious. It's always been here. I've played here now for a long time, back to our Xavier days, coming down here when we bring our Xavier teams down here, just the crowd, the basketball support. We try to, you know, steal some of the ideas and do it back home. But I think he's done a phenomenal job. He got the right people involved, and they're playing so well offensively. Every time you make a mistake, it's a three, you know, or it's a post up for, you know, one of their bigs, and they're big, boy, they're long. I will take, this is our first jump ball we've won all year long. And I told our kid to jump 1 second before you thought you should. So when y'all saw me celebrate on the jump ball, that's what that's all about. It was our first one, and I just gave the kid a little bit of confidence. Jenna Lawrence came in. She's been struggling with her shot. I think we got her going a little bit. Keats has had 2 really good back-to-back games. So we've got some momentum going into this next little pot of games that we have. But it's
2 o'clock.
Thank you. 2 o'clock if anybody's keeping score. I can't say enough about Kenny, his staff, the community, everything that's going on here. I think it's a team I'm anxious to see, and I'm glad we're done with them, and we wouldn't possibly see them until a tournament now. I've been watching them a lot, and I study what they do. They get such good shots. They shoot it great. I just looked down here and realized combined the teams went 25 for 57 from the three. Is my math right? Third quarter had to be fun to watch unless you're a defensive guru, 33-25. So everything they're doing, they've got a chance to really go. I know they've got a tough stretch coming. I've seen his schedule. He's got a tough stretch coming, but they're ready for it.
We'll take one on Zoom with Ethan.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, well, it's 1 o'clock here. I know it's 2 o'clock.
It's what the computer said.
You know, another loss on the road, but this one felt different from your last one. Just what do you think from it? I know you were disappointed at Vanderbilt energy and effort. What do you think on that front?
Yeah, so for those in the room, we didn't play very hard at Vanderbilt. It was obvious. We had tons of clips that I was able to show evidence of you not playing hard, or not y'all, but our players. So we showed it to them and gave them a chance to be self-critical. Ethan, I think they took that message and responded. And the kids that didn't, I didn't play. So we're going to keep playing the kids that respond to that will try to play as hard as they can, because good things continue to happen for those that do, and we'll keep working through the improvement. That's what we're supposed to do as coaches. But I thought our effort, you're right, it must have looked better too, because you said that. It felt better sitting over there. It felt like we had eyes on us, felt like we had effort, and we had a lot of try. There was just a lot of evidence of try, even though when it didn't go well. Like there's a couple times, you know, Chris would have a kid successfully boxed out, and she would jump as high as she possibly could, and she just couldn't get it. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can't live with not trying to box out or not trying to jump or not trying to do all those things. But that in a lot of areas we were a lot better at. So thanks for noticing.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Good luck rest of the way.